Yo, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm gonna be reacting to Sacred Chronicles, how the world was under Muslim rule. I saw a TikTok about this, and bro, it just felt different. It felt good to me, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna react to it. I'm gonna react to it. Now let's get to it. Of course, you already know. You already know. The chai, it's chai.
For years, Spanish Muslims ruled the world. It's so beautiful. But how did they do it?
Al-Andalus, Andalusia.
Built hospitals, universities, and centers of knowledge that preserved and advanced. At one point, even Christian kings sent their children here to learn from Muslim scholars. This is Al-Andalus, and I came here to see it for myself. To understand how Muslims once led Europe from right here in Spain, and to find out why others had no choice but to land. Do you know who brought this to Europe?
No idea.
Nah, I don't know.
No.
No.
You see, we use lights every single day. Just imagine how life would be without it.
Pretty dark, right?
But most people have no idea that so many of the things that we use every day were influenced or advanced by Muslims. The real question is, how did they reach that level? How did Muslims go from desert tribes to building a civilization that shaped Europe itself?
Of course, many other things, but Allah.
This is where it all began.
That's Morocco, no?
On this rock that we're on right now, Jabal al-Tariq. In Arabic, it's called Jabal al-Tariq. In English, it's called Gibraltar. And it is exactly where Tariq ibn Ziyad landed when he came from Morocco to Spain, subhanAllah. And that mountain over there is actually Morocco. Exactly 12 kilometers from me right now.
Hold up, is this like high quality? I mean, I could go higher, but my editing's not gonna be able to handle that. I'm gonna get cooked on that one. Yeah.
It's called Gibraltar. And that we're on right all began. On this rock that we're on right now, Jabal al-Tariq. In Arabic, it's called Jabal al-Tariq. In English, it's called Gibraltar. And it is exactly where Tariq ibn Ziyad landed when he came from Morocco to Spain, subhanAllah. And that mountain over there is actually Morocco. Exactly 12 kilometers from me right now.
Fire.
From the leadership
Apparently
of Tariq ibn
the
Ziyad.
guy who, of course, it was from the Umayyad family. The person who escaped from the Umayyad family is the one who founded what was it? Andalus. So apparently he swam from Morocco to Spain. I think that was still under Muslim rule, but I don't know like fully though. And he overthrew, and then he became, obviously the leader, and then he founded the entire Andalusia. So apparently that's what I know. I might be wrong.
Came others, leaders, thinkers.
People who would change Europe, not with swords, but with ideas. And one of them was a doctor. His name was Az-Zahrawi. Europe called him Al-Buqasis, and he's known today as the father of modern day surgery. Az-Zahrawi wasn't just a doctor, he was a genius. He invented over 200 surgical tools that are still used today. This wasn't medieval guesswork. He practiced precision, centuries ahead of his time.
And in the year 1000, he published Kitab at-Tasarif, a 30-volume medical encyclopedia. It covered surgery, dentistry, childbirth, and even mental health.
But here's the thing, Az-Zahrawi didn't come out of nowhere. He was a product of a society that invested in knowledge, that built a system around him, and that system was shaped by a man named Abdul Hakim II, the Caliph of Cordoba. He didn't just rule, he read, and he made sure everyone else could too. During his rule, he built 27 free schools across the city, and that's just in Cordoba alone. And he built what became the largest library in Europe at a time, with over 400,000 books. He sent people across the Muslim world to Baghdad, Damascus, Cairo, to find rare manuscripts and bring them back to Spain. And he launched a translation movement, turning Greek, Latin, Syriac texts into Arabic. In fact, the reputation of this place went so far that even Christian kings sent their kids here in Cordoba to study under the Muslim scholars. Just imagine that, man. In a time of political tension, religious conflict, they still knew where the knowledge was. Because if you wanted to learn medicine, science, maths, philosophy, this was the place.
We have made it to the entrance of Alhambra. And Rafiq, why is it called Alhambra?
It's called Al-Hamra because it's got this reddish tone to it. And Al-Hamra means red. Al-Hamra in Arabic. Al-Hamra, yeah, you know that.
I didn't. You've taught me something new today. And the audience, hopefully you all enjoyed. That's the video for today. Leave a thumbs up.
That's it.
Like, subscribe.
Like it out.
I need more.
They say it's up to 5,000 people that live in this palace at once.
In this whole area.
This whole area. So we're talking scholars.
How many?
We're talking guards. 5,000 people that live in this palace.
Like, subscribe.
And like it out. Let's go up there.
They say it's up to 5,000 people that live in this palace at once.
In this whole area.
This whole area. So we're talking scholars. We're talking guards. We're talking just, kings.
Wait, and this was owned by the Muslims?
The Muslims were ruling this place. It was the last place to fall in Granada. You walk into places like Alhambra Palace. Honestly, it just hits you. It's so beautiful.
One day I'm gonna come here, bro. One day. I don't know when that's gonna be, but I have to go. I have to go check my roots. Obviously, I'm Paki, so my roots are not Andalus, but I'm Muslim.
Then there's the great mosque of Cordoba that now unfortunately has been turned
Bro,
into a
does it
church.
not get to you the fact that Muslims ruled Spain for hundreds of years? We ruled for a couple hundred years. And look what we did to Al-Andalus. Look what we did to Spain. We changed it forever. And people have this misconception that we Muslims, wherever we migrate, we bring destruction, we bring death, we bring, chaos. It's like, but bro, history tells you otherwise. So much of everything. We benefited the world. We benefited the world, and now people think a couple thousand, obviously 1,400 years later. Now this was apparently in 1000 CE, right? So 1,000 years later, we now think that we're not good for society no more. That we're not good for first world countries to date. Like, we're really educated. Apparently, in our era is known as the era of education. Everyone that you know, from a 5-year-old to like a grown old man, everyone's educated. Everyone can read and write. Back then, people couldn't read and write. But now that we're educated, people are afraid that when we go to other countries, we're gonna bring chaos and destruction and terrorism or whatever. But back then, when we were uneducated, we did the opposite. So how is it that now that we're smarter, now that we're more educated, we're gonna be worse for you now? How does that make any sense? Did that make sense? I don't know if what I said that it made any sense. But if it didn't make any sense, then hopefully you got what I meant. But yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, it's really backwards now. It's so backwards nowadays. That's what I mean.
This place here used to be called the Haram, and it was where the Muslims would do wudu before entering the masjid, subhanAllah.
When you walk in, it feels endless. Row after row, those red and white arches. It's like they just keep going. It's not just impressive, it's overwhelming.
What's amazing is this exact design was laid to use in the Prophet ﷺ's mosque in Medina. The same arches, same style.
Bro. Man.
From right here, from Al-Andalus. But what really stood out to me is how advanced they were in understanding the world around them. They developed tools, systems, ideas that were way ahead of their time. And they weren't doing this for the sake of science. It was directly tied to them as Muslims. Knowing when to pray, where to face, how to move across the land. They found practical, intelligent solutions that pushed technology forward. And the precision behind it, it wasn't a fluke. It was based on real data, engineering, and years of study. One of the most well-known thinkers from here was Ibn Hazm, born in Cordoba. He wasn't just a scholar, he was a sharp, disciplined man who wrote on everything from Islamic law to human emotion. He once said, "He who seeks the truth and not victory will always gain the reward of the truth." And that's what defined this entire civilization. They weren't chasing credit.
He
once said,
seeks the truth.
"He who seeks the truth and not victory
So a guy who chooses the truth over victory
will always gain the
reward of the truth." Oh, that's deep. That's deep. It's because the truth is always better than victory. And knowing what is right is better than winning.
truth. And that's what defined this entire civilization. They weren't chasing credit, they were chasing clarity. And that mindset shaped the way they built, taught, and lived. From the books they wrote, to the cities they designed, to the way they dealt with people, it was all driven by purpose. So what happened if they had all this? The architecture, the leadership, the knowledge, the thought. Why isn't the world talking about them today? Why did they disappear from the spotlight? That's something I've been thinking about the whole trip. And honestly, the answer is painful. Because what was built here was lost. Not at once, but piece by piece. Some of it was destroyed, some of it was erased, and some of it we just forgot to carry forward. That's a whole other story. But before we talk about how it ended, we need to honor what was built. Because this wasn't just a golden age, it was a reminder of what's possible when Muslims lead with vision, knowledge, and purpose. And if you want to find out how it all went downhill, then subscribe to the channel and stay tuned to the next video.
Allah my barik, what a beautiful video.